takeoff from Hiker Town where I stayed last night. So it's kind of like a hokey looking little place with little kind of like sheds you can sleep in that are, there's the doctor's office. Last night, Tryman and I shared the bake. Anyways, we're getting ready to set off on our trip across the Mojave, LA Aqueduct, and into Tehachapi, which is going to take about 3 days. Still a little snow in the mountains on the way to the aqueduct. We'll see what we have on the other side of the mountain. See if there's any snow up there. I think those are maybe 7,000 feet or so. Potential we're going to run into some snow up there. We have arrived at the LA Aqueduct. I think it goes pretty much straight for about another 15 miles at least. I'm not sure where we jump on the big pipe I've seen in videos in the past, but there's a road that leads down and you can follow the PCT. We went on the PCT and farmer decided to plow the field up, including the PCT, and we had to dig our way through a gigantic pile of tumbleweeds and 2 or 3 gates. So if you're hiking the PCT, you might just want to take the side road. It literally parallels the trail down to the aqueduct. Well, this is what we're encountering anytime we want to go through a gate here on the LA Aqueduct. Tumbleweed barrier. Stop for a on the aqueduct. You can see the flowers are definitely out here in the desert. The aqueduct's up there, and here we go. And this is the aqueduct. It's all covered with concrete right now. Sometimes it's a big iron pipe. We're following this. We got off the trail accidentally, so it tacked another 3 miles onto our hike. So it's gonna be like 20 miles to the first water source. We're in about 10 miles. We'll fill up with water and figure out what we want to do from there. We're headed kind of off in that direction over there towards the windmill farms. I think we're going to climb up those hills, up that hill line over there, and then head. One of the benefits about hiking this time of year is, in these desert valleys, the explosion of colors. The whole hillsides are covered with these blankets of yellow flowers, and the orange poppies are coming out everywhere amongst the Joshua trees and manzanitas. It's just gorgeous. I just left the LA Aqueduct at the area. Really cool. This area has a lot of Joshua trees. Here's a really big, old, gnarly looking one right there. Just enjoying the desert. I'm parched, however. It's amazing how arid and the low humidity is just sucking the water right out of you. Got a creek or water cache in about 4 miles. I still have started out with 4 liters today, and I'm down to like 1.5 liters of water. Almost across Mojave stretch. Starting to climb a little more. Looks like we're gonna climb into those hills back there. Finally starting to get a little bit of a wind. Although it's probably 75, 80 degrees here, it is dry as can be. And I am parched. Can't wait to get to the next water source. This is a taxing stretch, you know, with, okay, maybe it's 90. I could only imagine what it would be like if it was 110 later in the season. No wonder so many people hike this at night. Well, this is where we're camped tonight. And it's like in the middle of a windmill farm. There's a little water catch right there with some water in it. There's a bridge that goes over the aqueduct. There's my tent. There's Tri-Man's tent. Down here is a creek that's flowing really well. I think it's a seasonal creek. And over across where that guy is, there's actually a water fountain that works sometimes. Or a spigot. Anyways. Good morning, March 28th, from the windmill farm. These guys, you could hear them all night long. It was cool. Beautiful night in the desert. Setting the trail. I'm gonna do 20 or 23 today. We are headed kind of over towards those hills there. I believe we're gonna get up into like maybe 6,000 plus feet. We might run into some snow. I still see snow patches on the side of those hills. It's a real contrast from where we are right now, which is dry as a bone. It looks like there's like a cloud layer coming over. May or may not burn off. I know tomorrow it's supposed to rain / snow, so we will see. And continue on for the LA Aqueduct for a little longer. We have about later on today, like a 15-mile water carrier or so. So stocking up in about 5-6 miles from here. Back on the trail, no longer on the aqueduct. If you look way back there, you can see a rainbow. That's a good sign and a bad. It probably means rain over there. But it's beautiful here. There's a rainbow of colors on the ground, I guess in the sky. Well, it's pretty obvious why this is a wind farm. Woo! Feels like I put my arms up, I'd fly. Well, we've gone from a carpet of yellow to a carpet of purple. Absolutely beautiful. Some of the poppies are popping out. Da-da-da. Tri-Man chugging up the hill. Well, this is our last water source for about 15 miles. 6 miles in for the day. We have to pack up. We refilled our water, carrying a couple extra liters. I think 15 miles ahead there is some kind of a cistern. That's what that little sign's telling me. We're at 6,300 feet, which is the high point between Hikertown and Tehachapi. And Tehachapi is the beginning of the Sierra section, and you can see we're just below the snow line. through the mountains that are actually off to our left. And we've got to definitely have weather coming in on tomorrow and the next day. So I imagine there's going to be some snow up here and some bad conditions. I wouldn't want to be up here during that kind of weather. Good thing I'll be on my way down to Tehachapi. Enjoying a little break at this high point. Kind of waiting for Tri-Man to get up here. Once again, I mean, reflecting at how fortunate I am to be able to do this, and how much I love being on the PCT and hiking. Even though it's grueling and tough, when you get up to these points and you see these beautiful views, it's all worth it, at least to me anyways. So, for now. There's Tri-Man, just hitting the high point between Aqueduct and Tehachapi. It's all downhill until we get to the new Sierra section. High point! All day.
8 miles.
All day.
All of the day's work.
Once you cross over the kind of high point at 6,300 feet, I get into this little mixed pine forest, and there's a campsite in here that looks pretty good. If you have enough water, it'd be a great place to stay. It's kind of out of the wind. Looks like it survived some of the recent forest fires here, or survived enough to recover without losing the ponderosa pines. The rest of the hills around here look like they've just been wiped out by previous forest fires. Morning, it is March 29th. After hiking like 29 miles, we ended up kind of in this, right along a creek in a wind farm. About 8 miles to go to get to the town of Tehachapi. So this is really the third day of wind farms we've been walking through. Oh, looks like it goes way off all the way probably to Tehachapi. Kind of bizarre. Long descent to Tehachapi. A grove of Joshua trees. There's a lot of Joshua trees, kind of like in groves I've noticed here. Gonna be trail magic? No. Well, so far in 560 some miles, the only trail magic I had was a soda. And I did yogi some fruit off somebody the first day. Tri-Man, well, he struck out in the yogiing department. Okay. This is the start of the Sierra section on the PCT. 1 foot in. See you soon.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank.